Two.
Hey, Dan.
Right here on this left side.
Down on your left. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I guess, how symbolic was it to a degree that your first made three was from the logo on Jerry West, and then how did that sort of translate into what you did tonight?
I just, you just got to keep shooting the ball. And I think in a game like this, it's going to be pretty loose. And you're going to get your opportunities. Being in the starting lineup, I knew I'd play longer stretches, get more minutes. And I just told myself I'm going to be aggressive and I'm going to keep firing. I saw a couple go in, and after that, it was just like I'm going after it. So that was it.
Eric, back right.
So you must have got pretty loose for the 2 half quarters. Like you're feeling pretty loose at that point.
The first one I was super loose. Then the last one I was actually kind of stiff, so I just had to shoot it a little bit higher. But I got 2 of them in. So
you had mentioned that it's me again. you had mentioned that this is cool for you getting your first start, being here with the teammate, and kind of being able to show Giannis like, yeah, this is how people around the league view me. Just what do you feel like this weekend accomplished overall?
I think overall it just, our lockers was next to each other's. When you go somewhere outside of your team with a teammate, you usually naturally turn to each other more, just a lot of conversation. We sharing our own experience away from this, when we get around other groups. Our coach was the coach, so, a lot of our staff was around the whole time. I think it was just a positive weekend for us, because we just had a lot of interactions. We was able to have conversations about, where our team has been lately and what we want to do, how we could help each other better. And I think when you can, from not only the season and have all-star break, but also break away from the team and us be able to just be man-to-man and kind of just bond like that, I think it's always helpful. And like you said, me being able to come here and see, how he's viewed around the league, and him to also be able to come here and see how I'm viewed around the league, and I think that just helps, any type of dynamic when you're trying to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish.
Tim, last row into the camera.
Dame, Tim Reynolds with the AP. Congrats on the double trophy weekend. There were like 1 million records tonight, and then I heard you say in the TV interview that you guys wanted the scoring record.
Yeah.
How, the league had been talking about wanting this game to be more competitive, but it seemed like you guys enjoyed this too. Is this what it should be? Is this what an all-star game should be? Do you think the fans enjoyed it? And how much do you enjoy seeing a 2 up there on the scoreboard for the first time probably ever?
I think people who are fans of the game, they love it. They enjoy being entertained. And I think it could be more competitive. I think in our game right now, it's such a fast-paced game. We play a lot of games. The game has probably also had more injuries than it's ever had, and trying to manage your body, trying to, protect yourself and not get injured and take away from what you ultimately want to accomplish, I think is something that we prioritize. But it's a lot that goes on, when you come here for this game. And usually our preparation to get ready to compete, it looks a lot different than it looks when we come here. And this weekend was a lot better than the past, but I think when the game is any type of loose, if it's not a game where you got a scouting report and you locked in and a lot is on the line, then, guys too talented. It's going to make a lot of threes. That's the kind of game that it's going to be. I think 200 is a lot, to be scored. It just shows that, we didn't go out there and compete like I guess you would want us to, or whoever would want us to. But I think that's just what it is. Guys are talented, make a lot of shots. We hit a lot of threes, and that was it.
Standing on the right, Dave.
Dame, you're the only other guy in league history besides Michael Jordan to win an event on Saturday night and follow that up with league MVP. First of all, just what's it like being in a 1 of 2 category with MJ? And then furthermore, kind of alluding to what Eric was asking you about, considering all the change that you've been through this year, was there any extra sense of validation to this weekend?
Anytime you're mentioned in the same category as Mike, it's it's an honor and it's a major accomplishment, even if it's All-Star Weekend, because if it was that simple, more people would have done it since 1988. So, that's a major accomplishment for me to be mentioned in the same conversation as far as that. And like you said, it's been a tough year. You know, just the transition, being on a new team. You know, 3 coaches since I've been there. We've had coaches leave, moving across the country. You know, I've been on the West Coast my whole life with my whole family right there. You know, just a tight group, always in place. And I think this experiences where you have an adversity and things not just flowing like you expected to or like you would want it to. I think that's the time that you got to just show, who you really are. You got to keep doing what you do, keep believing. And when you do that, usually it comes back to you. You know, it's some type of reward that comes for it, but you just can't fold. And that's what my mentality is. And I did come into the weekend, and I knew I was doing the 3-point. I was like, I'm gonna come to win. I ain't gonna come be casual and try to be cool about it. I'm gonna try to win it again. And I'm gonna come in the All-Star game, my first start. I know I'm gonna be on the floor a lot, and I'm a vet in this game at this point. So why not try to go get an MVP? Since I've been here enough, and I saw the ball start to go in, and I did that. But I wouldn't say it was validation. I would just say it was just something that I put my mind on, and I was like, that's going to be what my intentions are this weekend, and I was able to do it.
We'll do the last 2. Tim here, and then over here in the third row.
Dame, to follow up on before, Adam Silver said yesterday he expected there to be a good game. There was a lot of discussion about it being more competitive. Do you think that was a good game? And if not, is there anything that can realistically be done to change that, or is it just a matter of being in the middle of the season, needing a break, guys trying to stay healthy? It's just kind of sort of is what it is with what the game is going to be.
I think something could be done about it. I'm not sure what, but I think there's a way to make it a more competitive game. I don't think anybody's going to play in it like it's the playoffs, but it's a way to get guys to come to the table and just play a more solid game, I guess. But I did think it was a good game. Anytime the crowd is engaged and you're hearing oohs and ahs and things like that, because the crowd does not enjoying what they see, and they just not going to say nothing. I've seen it. They'll just sit there and watch. But I thought it was enough moments to be excited about and to enjoy watching, but it was just too many probably leak out, go get a dunk, go get a layup type of moments. And I think if we can just limit those, people probably wouldn't feel the way they feel sometimes about it if we can just try to limit it. But it's going to happen. Sometimes it probably just can't happen as much.
Last question here in the third row.
Dave, is there a moment to reflect? It feels like the All-Star game is kind of like a in-between points between one half of the season and the second one. Is there a moment to reflect on a weekend like this with all the events? And what's something you're looking forward to just the second part of the season?
I think this is the most success I've probably had in one All-Star weekend. Had a few launches with some of my partners. I won the 3-point, won the All-Star game MVP. So it's been a successful weekend, and I think anytime you get to be a part of this, that's what anybody would want. You want to come here and have success. So I had that, and it's just been a good break. Just being around my family, being able to just do the things that I've always done. But going forward is just like you got to recharge and get ready for the closing stretch and try to just get our team to where we need to be so we can go after what we want to accomplish this season.